Something ain't right about this Donald Trump assassination attempt. I'm not saying that there wasn't a shooting. Obviously there was a shooting. Unfortunately, 2 people lost their lives. And we almost witnessed a horrific incident where we had a former president assassinated on live fucking television. And this video has nothing to do with Donald Trump or Joe Biden's policies, their re-election campaign, their presidencies. It has nothing to do about Democrat or Republican, liberal, conservative, voting, none of that. It has to do with the story behind the assassination, the plot around it, the narrative. There's something about this shit that just don't add up. This is what I mean. Here's my 3 reasons why something don't add up about this assassination attempt. 1, the profile of the shooter. Just too fucking convenient. And what I mean is he was bullied. He was a loner. Later on, they find all of these explosive devices and extra ammo and, like all of these different things to add to the narrative of the destruction he was about to cause. Now, being a Sigma male, a Gen X Sigma male, but in particular being a Sigma male, we peep certain shit out. We can ignore a lot of shit, but when we pay attention to something, we pay attention to it. So it seems really inconsistent that the profile for this shooter is he was about to do all of this damage. He was going to try to assassinate the president. He had a bomb in his car and he had an explosive device on him and all this other shit that's being added on, being found out now. And yet, in his profile, there's no history. There's no crumbs. There's no trail. There's no trace of him and his feelings against Donald Trump or against Republicans or against life or against the bullies that tormented him. There's no evidence of him seeking other people that felt the same way as some type of community. We all need some type of community. There's no evidence of searches. Get the fuck out of here. A 20-year-old in today's age on their phone, on devices. Man, I seen a cute girl the other day walking down the street. I probably had 5 or 6 searches about that type of cute girl, that type of cute woman. You know what I'm saying? Like you having an ID for a recipe, you done went and looked at 6 or 7 things. You leave a search history. Like, we're in our fucking phones, we're in our devices. What are you talking about? This 20-year-old young man, this 20-year-old adult would plan destruction, but he would leave no trace on his thoughts, his emotions, his community, his purpose in the social world, on his devices. Man, get the fuck out of here. No way. No way. Secondly, how does this 20-year-old random ass dude evade not only Secret Service, whatever CIA and other operatives might have been there, but local police, all of these trained professionals whose purpose and job at that moment, at that day, is to spot out threats. And this random ass 20-year-old somehow gets up on the roof, uses a ladder, they say a day or so before he bought a ladder. It's the last I heard, no one's found the fucking ladder that he supposedly used. We'll skip past that. But somehow he gets up on the roof. We know he got up on the roof. Regular ass Joe Schmo and Plain Jane can see this motherfucker. They telling law enforcement, look, yeah, right there. They continuously point at him, right there. He on the roof, he laying down, right there. And supposedly, most of the security people that was talked to, it's like, oh, what are you talking about? Oh, it's a sunny day, it's a lovely day out. Like, come on. It's almost reminiscent of like the JFK assassination, where it's like plenty of people were saying, we seen some shady shit over there on the grassy knoll. We was trying to tell people, and they just kind of blew it off. This random 20-year-old is not going to evade skilled, trained, life-dedicated people who would sacrifice their life for the protectee, stand and take a bullet, Their whole job is to assess threat. And this random ass 20-year-old gets up on the roof and gets some shots off, but these regular people can see him? Get the fuck out of here. That's strike two. That's strike two. The third one is, and I mentioned this in another previous video, just how highly, highly, highly improbable it is for Donald Trump to have only been wounded right here. Right here. Not his whole ear. Not side of his face, not part of his head and his precious hair, not a shot in the bullet. I'm not wishing these things upon him. I'm not wishing this upon anybody. This type of political violence and violence in general like this. But what I'm saying is just how highly improbable statistics. I can't say impossible. It's just highly improbable that multiple shots, he gets hit with none of them, but right here. You can see that, right? And this is indisputable. You can go look this up. It is the most cosmetically, aesthetically convenient assassination wound in presidential history. It would be different if he showed up at the Republican National Convention and, he was like Scarface. Like, he had a line here and this and that. Maybe he had a fucking patch over his eye or something. Like, he would garner a hell of a sympathy. But it would also seem a little bit more realistic. He shows up at the RNC convention with this big old patch over most of his ear because he was shot in his ear, right? And for a moment it was like, oh, it was a bullet. Then it was like, no, it was glass shards from the teleprompter. And then other people are like, dude, the teleprompters, they were working. They didn't, what are you talking about? Why would you bring that up? Was it a bullet or not? Then they go back and it's like, no, it was a bullet. He shows up at the RNC, according to the narrative, according to the official narrative, right? He was shot in the ear with a bullet. He shows up at the RNC, big patch over his ear. But the day after the shooting, supposedly, go look this up. I mean, maybe it's fake news. Maybe I've been fed a bunch of bullshit. Maybe it's all bullshit. I don't know. But supposedly the day after the shooting, he's on the golf course. There's no patch on his ear. You don't even, from the one or two pictures that you see, you don't even really see a wound. That could be an old picture. It could be a deep fake. His whole life could be a fucking deep fake. How in the fuck do you know? It's the Matrix, it's a simulation. I don't fucking know. But as a Sigma male, according to the script, according to the official narrative of what you're telling me, right? According to life's general laws, right? If he got shot in the ear, and 3 or 4 days later at the RNC convention needs a big patch on his ear, it would be highly improbable that the day after he got shot, luckily, just right here, that he wouldn't need something on that ear the next day. So I hate feeling like a conspiracy theorist. And it's part of like gaslighting. Like, no, you didn't see what you saw. No, you didn't hear what you heard. Yes, I did. We all did. But I'm not going to sit here and dispute whether or not it was a real shooting. Because 2 people died. One person in particular who should not have died. We saw Trump authentically react. He authentically reacted to something. I believe that. But there's certain shit that's like, that don't add up. That don't add up. That bridge doesn't connect. So you're trying to sell me that that's a bridge? I'm like, no, it's a broken bridge. It doesn't connect. Look at it. So like I say, to go through the 3 things again, the profile that this dude would go through certain steps to prepare to bring about destruction. Now, they talk about him being bullied. They talk about him being a loner. Wouldn't he then take his anger and his destruction out on the people that caused it? The people that are like in that target group? Why would he take it out on the 70-plus-year-old baby boomer? And if supposedly he was a Republican, why would he go after Trump? But then, he also supposedly donated at 16 or 17, donated to some Joe Biden Democrat. That's all like camouflage. That's all scenery. That's all like tricks to get you distracted. You give the profile that this dude was bullied, he was a loner, had a connection with guns, whatever, and then he decides to assassinate Donald Trump. Okay, fine. Do it then. Get past security. You and your 20-year-old brain, without leaving any fucking internet or social media crumbs, go evade some of the most skilled law enforcement threat detection people on the planet. Go right ahead. You're pissed off, you're mad, you're lonely. You want to go kill somebody, kill Donald Trump? Okay, fine. Go get past security. Oh, he got past security? What? Then, okay, get past security. I mean, get some shots off. Get some shots off, because according to the reports, you weren't all that great of a shot. Supposedly, Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't either, and yet, officially, you get where I'm going? So, finally, this regular-ass 20-year-old who was bullied and lonely decides to assassinate, of all people, Donald Trump. 2, gets past security. 3, gets several shots off and hits him. Right there. Fuck out of here. So something hit him. Yes. Bullets were flying in the air. Yes. Someone died. Yes. But how do you explain the improbability of only suffering a wound right here? Here, let's try this. For someone who's not all that great of a shot, let's see how many times they shoot at you and hit right here. He didn't hit anywhere else. Nowhere else. This big of a target. He didn't hit anywhere else. And it's all just based upon the luck, the providence of Donald Trump turning to his right. But that's what I'm saying. There was an actual shooter. There was actual bullets flying. Trump got hit by something. But the profile of the shooter, him getting past security, skilled ass threat detection people, but regular people can peep him out. And then him only getting nicked in the ear? This is highly improbable. All 3 of those things are highly improbable. And so one of the things that I use to balance conspiracy theories and events that happen is you can't explain something to me in simple language, and then when I present to you a simple rebuttal, then you want to go complex. So what I mean is, it's simple. This dude got on the roof. He wanted to kill Donald Trump because he was, bullied. And he got some shots off, and then Secret Service saw him, and they shot him, and they killed him, and that was the end of it. So then when you say, well, how did he get past security? And supposedly he had like some type of, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a rangefinder. It's like golfers and fucking shooters use it to determine the distance on something. He supposedly, security, according to the official story, security saw that and saw that he had it in his hands. And then he either still got through or he left or whatever. But it right then and there kind of been like, hey, my homeboy, let me holler at you real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So you can't then come back with something complex and be like, well, see what had happened. Whenever somebody who wants to give a simple answer and then you hit them with a simple rebuttal and then they start with, well, see what had happened was, and the government do that. They don't state it like that, but in their response to certain things, well, see what had happened was when we had noticed that the other time, remember the last time that? They'd be like, nah, man, something ain't right. So I'm just saying, it's simple. This distraught, fucked up 20-year-old tells no one, leaves no trace, but prepares to go kill Donald Trump. Bypasses security. Security sees him, still bypasses security. Buys the ladder to get up on the roof, and haven't found the ladder yet. Gets up on the roof, bypasses some of the best security and threat detection in the world, but regular people see him. And then he actually gets off shots and actually hits Donald Trump, but in the most convenient fucking way a presidential assassination has ever happened. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much, man. That's overkill. You gotta rewrite that script. It's a little too unbelievable. But yet again, someone got shot. 2 people got shot, actually, I guess. 2 people died. Real bullets flying in the air. What the fuck? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I got the answer. I'm just saying, hold on, teacher. Hold on. You got to show me the math on those 3 problems because they don't add up. I know you the teacher and all that. I'm just a student. But that shit don't add up. So I need you to do the math for me. So those are my 3 reasons, people. Once again, that's to close this video out. Like I said, I ain't say shit about Donald Trump's policies. I ain't say shit about Joe Biden's policies. I didn't tell you to go register. I didn't tell you to go vote. You should. But whatever side you lean on, there's some shit about this that don't add up. I don't know. You tell me what you think while I go smoke one. I'll holler at you another time.